Hello, sweet souls. This is your second video of the day. We're going to call on St. Michael. St. Michael, please transmute all negative energy to positive. Send toward myself or the viewer. We're going to call on the Holy Spirit, angel saints, spirit guides, and ancestors, and ask for a message for your greater good. We pray for truth and only truth for the greater good of the beautiful collective. Now, when I was praying last night, I had a vision, and I don't want to scare anyone or freak anyone out. It's just, I'm going to share with you what I saw. I saw a bridge held up by red wire, and I heard the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, I don't know much about California or their bridges at all. I think I've only visited California once, and it was for 24 hours. So I don't know anything about really California. But I pulled it up today, and the Golden Gate Bridge is in fact in California, and it is red. The wires that hold it up are red. So what I saw, I was on one end of the bridge looking over, and the bridge was bent down. I could only see this half of the bridge where I was standing. It was only this half. The other half, I'm assuming, was in the water, and there was a huge wave coming up the bridge. Now, I didn't see any cars, and I didn't see any people, which is good. I'm glad I didn't see cars or people. So I don't know what that's about, but I did want to share it to let you guys know that's what I saw. Hopefully, whatever that is, if that's going to happen, it will be after it's already closed down and there are no traffic and there are no people. So just wanted to share that. And again, I don't want to cause any fear in anyone. All right. Pray about it. Use your own discernment. If you live in California, pray about it. All right. Let's use the Answer Oracle, also known as the chat deck for me. So let's see. What is in the beautiful collective's energy? What is in the beautiful collective's energy? What do they need to know today? What do they need to know? Wow. So somebody here is, I think, realizing that they took a risk, they took a gamble, and it had to do with connecting with people, dating, multiple options. This is someone that took a gamble, and it was a waste of time. That's what I'm getting. This is someone that wasted time on multiple hookups. They were reckless in their action. This is someone that is riddled with addiction. This is someone that could have been forceful with you. They could have tried to force you to do things that you didn't want to do. And you gave up on this person. You released this person. You released old patterns. You embraced change in your life, which cleared the way for renewal for you. Now you are in the energy of gratitude for having gone through that experience and released a person, place, or situation, because now you are in union with the divine. You seek guidance from God. You have courage, and you are seeking real divine love, and you are determined to have it. You are. So let's see what comes out in this reading. I feel like this is a wake-up call for someone. You know, I feel like somebody thought that, you know, being a player was going to be a lot of fun. Hooking up with so many people, it was going to give them so much emotional fulfillment. That does not give you emotional fulfillment. And I feel like somebody's realizing that it's like waking up one morning and realizing, what have I done with my life? It was a waste. Having all these hookups was a waste. What did I gain? What can I build from that? Nothing. Please clarify spendthrift, waste. Yeah. It's like this people with this person with the Three of Pentacles has had so many people in their energy, all these hookups, all these pursuits, and they have no peace in their life. They have nothing to show for it. I feel like this is someone that's reflecting on the family they had and how they cheated. They cheated themselves out of real love, a real loving family. This could have been due to greed, which comes out all the time. Tell me about this dating. Dating. Yeah, I feel like this person's having a wake-up call. They're being forced to face the truth with the King of Swords. They're being forced to face the truth about the consequences of their actions, where they find themselves engaging in this type of behavior. They're seeing that they're only stuck and stagnant in life. They've gained nothing. They've built nothing by connecting with multiple partners. The King of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords, this is someone that's heartbroken now. They're heartbroken. This is someone that operates making these type of poor decisions due to addictions, whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex addiction, money addiction, whatever it is. They take reckless action because they're not clear-minded. You know, this is someone that is constantly under an influence of something. So they never think clearly, and they never make good decisions. Speeding. Yeah, it's like this person, I feel, got enjoyment out of putting a lot of work into manipulating people to hook up with them. They put in so much work to do this, and now they're just stuck, going nowhere, doing nothing with their life. This is someone that could have been forceful with you, tried to force you to do things that you didn't want to do. Yeah, this person's in regret now for the third parties they tried to involve in your relationship. Now they're in regret. Why are they in regret? Because they married for money and all they got was chaos and conflict, drama. Yeah, because what they went into was a very toxic marriage or long-term commitment. This is why they're in regret. You had to give up on this person. They were so far left field that you just couldn't deal with this person's issues. Yeah. By you giving up on this situation, person, place, or situation, you learn to love yourself. You learn to do what makes you happy. Put yourself first. No longer giving away your power. Instead, you did the opposite. You took your power all the way back and you started focusing on what you were passionate about. Yeah, you recognize this person operates from a wounded ego, and this is why you close the cycle. You walking away only gave you more confidence, stability, creativity. This is why you're grateful. You're in gratitude that you're free. I thank God every day. Thank you for freeing me from karmic hell. Every day I thank God for that. Yeah. You're in gratitude because you were trapped. This person kept you so messed up in your head because they were a master manipulator. They're so dark. They kept you so trapped in your mind, and you are so grateful that you are free. So grateful. And with Seek, it pushed you to strengthen your connection with the divine, to seek guidance from God. Please clarify Seek. And it was good news for you because strengthening your connection with God only led you toward a new spark, a new passion, a gift from God, following your passion, what you were destined to create. It's pretty amazing. All right, so let's do another round. What deck do we want to use? Let's use this one. All right. Yeah, it's like this person chasing thrills, involving multiple people, and now it was a waste. They're recognizing it was a waste. This was a gamble they took that was a waste because they have no peace in their life. They're going nowhere. They've gone backwards. They've digressed in life. Spendthrift. Yeah. They're in regret because whatever truth you spoke to this person, you were right. Whatever you warned them about the lifestyle they were living, you were right. And this is why they're in regret. They're also in regret because they know you don't want them, because you know the truth. They're a love bomber, gaslighter. They're non-committal. They're a manipulator. They're gluttonous. They like to have multiple options. You know, this person was seeking multitude of one-night stands. And they are getting some sort of truth now that this type of lifestyle, these actions have only led to their own stagnancy. Yeah, they're recognizing that they were foolish to hook up with all of these karmic connections for sexual pleasure, and they want to walk away. They want to stop living this lifestyle and make a new investment. With speeding, this person takes reckless action due to their addictions. They don't see clearly because they don't think clearly because they're always under the influence. This person's put in a lot of work to manipulate people into hooking up with them. This person is now stuck. Yeah, all that manipulation, all the game playing to get multiple people to hook up with them has only led them imbalanced physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, and they're in heartbreak. Someone's waking up to this. This person who is very forceful, they're in regret because they involved a third party in your situation. They're also in regret because they went into a marriage or a long-term commitment for money, and now there's nothing but chaos and conflict. Yield. Yeah. It's like engaging in this distorted sexual energy has only trapped them, and they have no peace. This person, they could have multiple options for money. 4 of Pentacles to 7 of Cups. They could be getting paid for this, which is illegal, but I don't know. You gave up on this person. By giving up, you learned to love yourself. You learned to set boundaries. You took your power back. You started pursuing your passion and putting yourself first. Give up. Yeah. It's like this person from your past, 6 of Cups, King of Wands, someone that was very arrogant from your past. They were holding you back. They were doing everything to block you. They were bullying you. And this person has no connection with God. They have no support from God. And you're going to have victory and success. God doesn't support what this person's been doing to try to bully you and interfere with your life. And it doesn't matter because you're still going to have victory and success because you've learned that by pouring into your own cup and being in the vibration of love, lower vibrational energies can't have an effect on you. You're in gratitude for being free of this energy because this person played all kinds of mind games. They kept you so confused. You're so grateful to be free of this person. Gratitude. Yeah, because by being free of this person, you embraced your light. You embraced your healer energy. You started following your passion. Embracing a brand new beginning. With Seek, this pushed you closer to the divine because you had, that's for many of you, that's all you had was God. I know that's all I had. And so it really strengthened your connection and it allowed God to light a flame within your spirit, inspiring you to follow a passion, which is a brand new beginning and a gift from God. Seek. And because whoever you're dealing with that you had to give up on because they were so deep in their addictions and darkness, this person, all they have done due to the investment they made not working out the way they expected is try to battle you. That's how they've spent their time, trying to battle you. But you're making long-term plans with the Two of Wands. You've closed that cycle. This person has no authority, no power over your life, and you know it. Yeah. It's because they're angry because they feel out in the cold. Their abandonment wound is being highlighted, but in order for this person to see any type of positive change in their life, they're going to have to face their shadow. They're going to have to heal from their wounds, and they're going to have to be accountable for what they did to you. They're going to have to make right what they've done wrong if they're ever going to see any type of change in their life that's positive. It's a tyrannical energy that's in mental anguish now because you're prospering. You're building something on your own. In spite of what they've done, they couldn't stop it. They couldn't interfere with it. So I'm going to clear these cards off, and we're going to use another deck. 1 second. Okay. So the title I was hearing for this reading is They Thought They Were a Gigolo. Now They're Just a Joke. That's the title for this reading. And it makes sense. So I'm going to use my deck. Let's see. I'm just going to clarify each one of these cards. Please clarify with my deck. This spendthrift, waste, debt, gambling. Yeah, this person, it's a false masculine energy or feminine. They could have STDs. Taking this gamble, hooking up with so many people, they could have STDs now. That's what they have to show for their lifestyle. Tell me about this. Dating, connections, romance, love. Yeah, in the near future, they block their own success, abundance, and stability by hooking up with all of these people. Let's look at speeding, surge, flow, and addiction. They were influenced by karmic energies, karmic feminine energies, and it's leading to a tower due to the reckless action. Now, this could be the person that they married or are in a long-term commitment because I'm seeing sleeping with the enemy here. This reckless action is leading them straight toward a complete and utter collapse, destruction, and sudden change. This person could have been trying to force you to do what they wanted. Yield. Yeah, they wanted to keep you in a prison, but you are a light worker and a healer. You were meant to be free. You were meant to be in that star energy. You were meant to co-create with God, creatively express and help others. So it would have never worked. God wasn't going to allow it to work. So God guided you to give up on this person. They weren't going to change. God knew they weren't going to change. God knew their life was headed for a dumpster dive, and they were going to take you with them. Give up the previous plan. Yeah. And this masculine energy that should have been a divine masculine or feminine, because you gave up on them, they have done nothing but spend their time trying to turn people against you, cast you out through lies and illusions. This person's ego was wounded, that they couldn't force you to live the lifestyle they wanted or do what they wanted. But it just pushed you to get more connected, and St. Michael protected you. You're in gratitude. You're in gratitude that you are free from this energy, from this person, from their darkness. And everything's coming to light. Everything. Since you've disconnected and removed your energy, now this person is going to be exposed about all the immoral activity, all the multitude of hookups, whether they took money for the hookups, whatever they did that they're hiding is coming to light. And it could be by way of the karmic partner that they're connected to, who is their enemy. This could be the one that exposes them. Let's look at seek. You sought guidance from God. You know, it's like whatever this person did, it pushed you in the arms of God, which is beautiful. Seek. Yeah, it's like God revealed this person's true character. God ripped the mask off and showed you that this person was just a gold digger. They don't have the capacity to love. They use people. They use people for what they can gain from them. And this puts you through a dark night of the soul. You hit rock bottom. It was like your whole reality collapsed, but it needed to. Yeah, because this was your awakening. Thank you, Spirit. But what you didn't know at the time, you going through the death of the old version of you, seeing clearly who this person was that you were dealing with, accepting it, healing from it, releasing it, it sets you up for new opportunities. You could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. They say continue to cleanse your energy. If that, it doesn't have to be that sign. It could be any sign. They just operate from ego. But they said continue to get more connected. You are an earth angel. You are here on a special mission. You could have karmic family members involved. Don't worry about them because your ancestors are taking care of them and this false masculine energy. Just focus on manifesting the life that you desire, okay? Wow. All right. Let's see. I'll leave these out. Let's do some from the Mystic Red Rose Oracle. Yeah, it's like this person, they took a life-altering gamble. The enemy was working in this person's mind, and the gateway was the addictions. Whether it's drugs, alcohol, whatever the addiction was the open door for the enemy. And the enemy got in and just completely pickled this person's brain. Absolutely. This person could not think clearly to save their life. But God is bringing in truth and clarity for this person to say, look, you didn't get wealthy. You know, you're not happy. You have no peace. Now you have an STD and you're broke. What do we need to know about this, Holy Spirit? Yeah, this person's here because they've been watching you. So they're definitely in your energy. They're watching you because you're setting boundaries. You are not interested in this person, who they are, the life they lead, their lack of morals or integrity. You've cut this person off. You have nothing to say to this person. But they keep coming out because they keep rejecting. They keep watching. This person lacks confidence. Like I said, it says ego and fear. They operate in this low vibrational space. They take reckless action because their addictions and the devil run their life. They sabotage anything good that God brings in their life, which was you. Now they're heartbroken. Deeply hurt and sad, feeling loss, grieving, despair, and breakup. But the blockage is they refuse to grow and evolve. They refuse to heal their inner child and release the past. They'd rather play the victim within their own mind and justify their wicked nature to make it okay. Yeah, you've cut ties, you're moving on. I feel that with mirroring, this person attracted someone that mirrored them, just as dark, just as low vibrational. And this is why they're not happy. Can you imagine what it was like for you to be in a relationship with them? They never thought about it that way. This is someone that's self-serving, that only thinks about themselves, what their needs are, what their wants are. They didn't ever stop to think about what hell on earth it would be to be in a relationship like someone like them, with someone like them. They never ever thought about that. Yeah. Someone that's self-indulgent, someone that needs to do shadow work, that's the blockage, but they refuse. You have stability, security, growth, and endurance because you're grounded. Since you have moved away from this person, you focused on healing your heart, healing your wounds, and ascending. You knew it was necessary to put death to that situation. Yeah, because all they do is sabotage. There's no growth. There would never be growth with this person. Death. You're focused on a new beginning, liberating yourself. It says reborn and transition. Yes, it was tragic. But for you, you're grateful. You're grateful to be free of that person. Yeah, now you're focused on calling in a new beginning with a soulmate, a high-level soul connection. And your past person wants to talk. Because they see you're happy. Because you've made healthy choices. They know that you gave unconditional love. They also know that there is financial resources attached to the love energy that they don't possess. So, of course, they want to come back in and backstab you. No, that's not going to happen. You guys are too smart. You're calling in a high vibrational divine connection that leads to a higher commitment. This person is going to continue to wear a mask. The snake, competition. They love to put people in competition because they're so insecure. They have to have people fighting over them because their ego is so frail. They're so wounded. They're very insecure. The other woman, look over your shoulder. They're constantly putting people in competition. Well, collective, you are all that in a bag of chips. You aren't competing for anyone, definitely not a low vibrational karmic energy. You attract all that you desire because you operate from love, because you have a strong connection with God. This person is clueless about life. They're absolutely clueless about how this reality works. They're stuck in the matrix. They're stuck in their addictions. What do we need to know? Let's get some from the Gemstones deck real quick. What does the beautiful collective need to know? They couldn't stop you if they wanted to. They've done everything. When you surrender your life to God, God is the one that runs the show. And there is no mere mortal or otherwise that can interfere with God's plan for your life. And I feel that that's what this person is realizing. That you're having victory because of your connection with God, because of your self-love. I came, I saw, I conquered. Yeah, this person's lack of courage is being exposed. Whatever they've been doing in this weak-minded, egotistical energy to try to come for you is going to be exposed. It's going to be embarrassing for this person because people are going to see how weak of a masculine or feminine they truly are. Yeah, continue to meditate. They said you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Change is occurring in your life. And change is also occurring for this person. Unwanted change. Yeah, because they've been living in an illusion. It's because they're under influence day in and day out. Which is the gateway for the enemy. Yeah. They're gaining wisdom now. They're also being haunted by the memories of their own actions. Things that they've lied to themselves about. They've told themselves false narratives. They've justified the actions they took against you. But the wisdom they're gaining now is God's truth. And this truth is coming in clear, loud and clear. They're not going to be able to distort or justify the memories that are coming into play in this person's mind. Because it's the truth. Because it's God's truth. Yeah. Being forced to see the mistakes that they made. And how strong you are with unwavering tenacity. Just how strong you are. How faithful you are. Yeah, and this person doesn't want it to end now. Because they're being reminded of the love. How much you truly love and how you truly did at one time love them romantically. You don't love them romantically anymore. How can you love someone that would do these things? Yeah, this person's under God's wrath now. Yeah. You are free and you are making new connections, calling in like-minded people, people that hold your same beliefs and values, high vibrational energies, and it's beautiful. You operate in the energy of kindness. You wish everyone well. You're being yourself. And this is why harmony is being restored. This person you've been dealing with operates in envy, lust, greed, and arrogance. And where has that got them? Nowhere. Yeah, they're blind. Like I said, they can't see because they're under the influence on a daily basis. Their mind is pickled. You're focused on creating. And you're open to receive the downloads. And this person you're dealing with from the past is in fear. They're in fear of the truth coming to light. Because if the truth comes to light about how weak they are, all the things that they've done in that egoic energy to try to come for you, to lie and manipulate others, they know that people are going to change their perspective. They're going to change the way they view them. It's going to block them because people are going to see how self-serving and gluttonous they truly are. How shallow. How this person was never happy with what they had. They always want what someone else has. And they would cheat, lie, and steal to get whatever they want. They don't care who they hurt. Wow. It's crazy. All right, this is your reading for today. It looks like somebody's really going through it, which is good. We want them to hit rock bottom so that they can awaken and be a better person. So, all right, we're going to leave this reading here. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a blessed day. I am scheduling for the week of October 6th. I think the 7th is the first available appointment. So schedule sooner than later if you're interested. Please share the videos, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the last reading. I love you guys. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.